Hi, it's Marie-Helene with Marie-Helene and Effective Placement. I wanted to talk to you today about the importance of being prepared to have yourself showcased in terms of your resume, a screening interview, and an interview. So first of all, for your resume, if you're just using AI, I would recommend that you actually work with someone like myself. We will provide some more specific content for you that is garnered to get a bit more interest from a recruiter than just a resume that's put together by AI. And I say that because it has a more personal touch and it'll focus on more detail in relation to the specific value that you can bring to the position that you're applying for. That's an all-important area when a recruiter is looking at a resume. And just as a FYI, for your information, the recruiters can all see the applicants that have applied. In other words, the applicant tracking systems doesn't screen you out to the extent where the recruiter doesn't see who has applied for what position. So when I look at applicants, I'm looking for specific information that is geared towards the position. I'm not interested in what you've done for the past 20 years. I'm really interested in the last 10 years, if you've got that kind of experience. And I'm really more interested in what specific areas you can add value in to the role that you've applied for. So if you've got those details in your resume, then you're more likely to get a screening interview. Now, for the screening interview, it's really important that you focus on the assets that you would bring to the position, what your strengths are in relation to the position, and why it is that you want to work for the company. And please don't bother with telling the recruiter that you've checked out the website and you see that the company has got these and these locations and you're really interested in that. Talk about specifically what it is that is appealing to you about the company. And it could be a really honest response. It could be that, well, I have the skill set, but I was recently laid off and I've always been interested in your company, and I'm looking at this position and thinking that I would bring these areas to the table that could be an asset for the position and to the hiring manager and to the company itself. So if you focus on phrasing that kind of answer, you're far more likely to move forward into the third area, which is the interview itself. Most people, I find, show up for an interview ill-prepared to answer the questions that are there. Interviews typically take place over an hour and a half maybe. There may be some other screening processes that happen, but they focus on three types of questions. They focus on behavioral interview questions, they focus on situational questions, and they focus on some technical questions in relation to the role. Most interviewees do not do really well on the behavioral interview side. This is crucial for you to improve upon. Behavioral interviews are what a hiring manager and a recruiter look at and listen for. And if you're not able to answer those questions, and worse, if you're not able to provide a specific example in relation to the question, your chances of moving forward are greatly diminished. So do some work on behavioral interview questions. If you want to have more information on that, the link is below. You can book a consult with me and we can have a discussion about what your needs are, and we'll talk about the fee for services at that point in time. So you can like or subscribe if you want more information. The details are below. I do appreciate your time and attention to this, and I do hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much, and I'm going to say bye for now.